Habitat is the natural living place of an organism or a group of organisms where land and water are the major habitats. There are different types of plants, ranging from small grass to tall trees, and several different types of animals ranging from small insects to worms to large animals like cats, dogs, cows, etc. All these organisms are living in the same habitat and sharing the resources. For example, plants are food for some of the insects and also for cows. Insects are food for birds and lizards. In other words, organisms living in a habitat do not live by themselves. They interact with each other and in one way or the other. In fact, no organism can live alone and survive in any given habitat. There must be more than one organism in a given habitat. There is always interaction and interdependence between different organisms in a habitat. Imagine the life of a herd of cows living on a piece of land where there are no plants, even grass. How long the cows can live? In this chapter, we will study the interaction and interdependence between the organisms. There are two types of interactions between organisms living in a habitat. They are intraspecific interactions and interspecific interaction. Intraspecific interaction. In the habitat, we observe that there are several cows, several butterflies of the same type, and also several plants of the same type. In other words, in a given habitat, there are several members of the same species. All the cows living in the particular habitat eat same plants and graze the grass present in that area. Similarly, plants of the same type growing in that area have to share the available land, water, and nutrients. We will also notice that if one plant is affected by a disease or pest, all the members of the same species might also be affected by the same disease or pest. Hence, members of the same species living in a given habitat will compete with each other for space, food, and mates. Interaction between the members of the same species for food, space, and mates is known as intraspecific interaction. What is the result of this type of competition or interaction between the members of the same species? To understand this, sow a handful of mustard seeds in a given small pot and water them regularly. We will notice that most of the seeds germinate, but all of them do not grow. Only very few of them will grow, while others may even die. Do you know the reason? In the pot, all the mustard seedling is competing for space, water, nutrients, and sunlight. Only those plants which are better equipped to procure these will survive and grow, while those that cannot compete will not grow and may even die. In other words, when several members of the same species live together, there will be a competition among them for enough space and food. Only the stronger and the better equipped organisms survive while the weaker ones die and are eliminated from the competition. This is also called as survival of the fittest. This competition or interaction does three functions. First, it controls the size of the population of a given species by eliminating some members of the species. Second, It allows the selection of better and deserving members of the species to survive while weaker ones are eliminated. And the members selected in the competition pass on these characters to their offsprings of the next generation. Once again, the members of the second generation compete with one another and strong members are selected. By repeating this process, nature ultimately selects deserving members of the species. Over a period of time, these species will become more strong and tolerate the conditions in the habitat. However, all the interactions between the members of the same species are not harmful, resulting in the death of any organisms. In some cases, this kind of interaction is more beneficial than being harmful. For example, a single animal may not be enough strong to defend itself against an enemy or to hunt for food. As a group, they can defend better from enemy and hunt for food. In some cases, there is a division of labor or work among the members of a group. Like for example, some members of the group may be involved in procuring the food, some in defending the group, and some to take care of the younger members of the group. This type of interaction is seen in bees. The workers in a beehive procure food and defend the colony. The nurse bees take care of the eggs and larvae, while the queen increases the number of bees in the colony by reproduction. This type of interaction increases the chances of survival of the members of the species. Intraspecific interaction results in the selection of better members of the species and increases the survival chances of a species. Now let us see about interspecific interaction. Interaction between two or more different species living in a habitat is called interspecific interaction. Different species living in a habitat may compete for space, that is shelter, and food available in the habitat. If the different species in a habitat require different types of food, then the competition and interaction are minimal between these species of food. For example, there will be very little competition between birds and cows for food living in the same habitat, isn't it? However, if two species require same type of food, then the competition for food will be severe between these species. In such cases, better equipped and stronger species will have better chances of survival. For example, if horses, cows, buffaloes, and goats are living in the same habitat, then the competition for food between them will be severe. Another type of interaction between two different species is seen when one of them hunts the other for food. This is called predator, that is, the animal which hunts and kills, and prey, that is, the animal which is hunted and killed relationship, that is, prey-predator relationship. This is usually seen between carnivores and herbivores and also between different carnivores. This relationship is very complex and controls the population of both predator and prey. To give an example, imagine a forest which has many lions and very few herbivores. Then the competition for food will be very severe among lions and less amount of food will be available for them. As a result, some of the lions may not get enough food and die due to starvation. This reduces the population of lions and very few lions will be left in the forest. This increases the chances of survival of herbivores. hence their number increases. This increases the availability of food for lions. Very soon, a balance will be established between the number of herbivores and lions. In other words, a balance is reached between the size of predator and prey population. A relationship similar to the above is also seen between a host and a parasite. Competition for space is very minimal in habitats which occupy a very large area. However, space can become a problem when the habitat is small, as in pond. Symbiosis is a kind of interspecific interaction. A delicate balance is seen in nature between members of different species. Any disturbance in this balance affects more than one type of organism in the habitat and may even have a catastrophic effect. For thousands of years, this balance has been maintained by nature. Construction of dams, houses, hunting of wild animals for pleasure and for economic benefits of human beings has destroyed several habitats and resulted in the extinction of several species. All the organisms, big or small, have a right to live on this planet as man. We should respect this and allow other organisms to live and share the wealth of this planet. Live and let live should become our motto.